if you're watching this video, the algorithms probably think we'll get along. Welcome back to Peapod Cove. I am your host, P, and welcome back. We're not just going to ride the wave. We're going to make a splash. If it's trending, twisty, if it's messy, you know we got that shit. Now listen, our boy Shannon Sharpe, a.k.a. Unc, Mr. Shea Laportier himself, is out here catching some relationship drama. And I ain't talking about no barbershop talk. This video we about to watch today got receipts. It got allegations, the whole lot of contradictions. You know, we got OnlyFans girls, the ex, Shannon Sharpe himself throwing shots at folks about age gaps. While alleged, well, we don't even have to say alleged anymore because we know it's happening. The math ain't mathin', Skip. The math ain't mathin'. We got a video here today from The Source. I ran into this and I had to bring it to y'all because it's right down our alley when it comes to Unc and Shannon Sharpe and everything that's been going on when it comes to the mess he's gotten himself into. Let's just put it like that because it's no other way. And it's this is a whole new can's about to open up. A whole new can. Now, whatever he does with it, that's his problem. But I appreciate everybody coming back. I'm gonna give everybody a round of applause. Yeah, I like that loud applause. I don't, because I got a quiet one too. Let me tell you. That's the chill one, and then when you're like really excited. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Shannon Sharpe. I would like to thank everybody for tuning to the Nightcap Podcast.
We're going to have to work on your spending limit. Ain't no way in the world I would have paid that much for a private jet just to go to the All-Star game.
Hold on, Ocho. Ocho, I can't take that money to the grave with me, Ocho.
Hold on, stay with me now. You must ain't never heard of Spirit Airlines,
Ocho, I know who your personal advisor is.
What up,
Mr. Crab. Ocho,
now listen, this is the first time I've seen some of this stuff. I don't know who these guys are, these characters. I'm definitely going to look it up after this video. But they got Nightcap down pat. Wow. This is insane. Yo, this is what I love about YouTube, man. All of us creators just, like there's so much talent on this platform, and I love it.
Hello, I'm Shannon Sharpe. I would like to thank everybody for tuning to the Nightcap Podcast.
We're going to have to work on your spending limit. Ain't no way.
We're going to have to work on your spending limit. Okay. Oh, my goodness. This is hilarious to me.
Well, I would have paid that much for a private jet just to go to the All-Star game.
Hold on, Ocho. Ocho, I can't take that money to the grave with me, Ocho.
Hold on, stay with me now. You must ain't never heard of Spirit Airlines,
Ocho, I know who your personal advisor is.
What up,
Mr. Crab. Ocho, I don't know how you played on the field, Ocho. You so cheap, you thought a quarterback was a refund. You didn't know whether to catch the ball or call your accountant at the football game, Ocho.
Yo, they got Chad and this dude down pat. Yo, wow. You know what's crazy about that statement he just made about you can't take all that money with you? Because I'm wondering, where was this $50 million lawsuit coming from when his net worth is like 3-4 mil? Like, does he have a lot of money stashed away we don't know about? Because, when you listen to the way he talk, he does, this is a Shannon Sharpe, Ocho type of conversation. Alleged. We're going to always keep it alleged, of course, because they coming. But, yo, this kid is on point, man. Let me get back to it, yo.
But I know one thing. I know when I was a little boy, Ocho. My grandma used to tell me all the time, Ocho.
What she say,
$1 is only worth a penny until you spend it.
I gotta write that down.
I say it again for you, Ocho. She used to tell me all the time, $1 is only worth a penny until you spend it.
I know exactly what it means.
Oh, know what the hell that mean, Ocho?
I know what it means.
Cause the math ain't mathy. Cause I done spent a whole lot of money, Ocho.
How cheap,
And that math ain't mathing, Ocho. I know one thing though, Ocho.
What up, Unc?
When the good Lord call you home and you get to that light, you know what's gonna happen?
What up, Unc?
You gonna turn it off.
Man, yo, this shit is on point right here, yo. They got it on point. Wow.
Yo, you know I had to do it. Hey, yo, thanks for tuning into The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. As you already know, this whole Shannon Sharpe debacle is a big hot mess. And I mean, we're learning more about Shannon than we ever wanted to know. For example, we all learned at the same time that Shannon Sharpe is a hypocrite with a capital H and a capital crit after his interview with Donnell Rawlings resurfaced and people started to circulate this clip.
Yeah, I need to watch this, man. This is some of the stuff that was right in front of our face and we missed it. But, you know, I think we had the Monique, the Cat Williams, because you got to remember, like, behind the scenes, these Hollywood people kind of know who other Hollywood people are dating. But we won't really know that. When Monique was talking to him, she was talking about that same chick that he's dealing with right now. That was who he was seeing then. And this, you know, I was looking at some of this and I was like, man, I got to bring this to y'all. But this interview right here, man, is so telling. And it's like, man, they all like, let's watch it.
She 23. Donnell.
So basically, he is blaming Darnell for dating a 22-year-old woman. The chick that I had, they started seeing when she was 19. You know, he is a hypocrite, you know, and man, he's looking worse and worse every day. Man.
Why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the Donnell?
I didn't date her mom because I did not date her mom.
Yeah, good question.
No, wait.
I'm asking the question.
No, because
this ain't the Donnell Rawlings show.
Love is love.
If you don't, love is love. I agree with you.
What?
You like them young, though.
I say Drake. I heard you.
Wow.
Nope.
You like them young, though.
I say Drake. I heard you. Nope.
Wow. So they all like him young, right? But it's crazy because here's this dude throwing out an image that he isn't. He's hiding behind, like, you're really starting to see. Because here it is clear as day, where he's basically going at Darnell for dating a younger woman. She is legal. She's 22. Why didn't you go after the mom? Hey, everything is in plain sight for us to see now. The internet be interneting, boy. And when they find the receipts, you cannot complain. When you find the receipts, we got content. Make sure y'all leave a comment down there. Is Unc still credible? You know, I got another video coming because he's starting to lose sponsors. You know, I got another video coming on that. But man, yo, like, it's like, let me find one of my.
A few moments later.
No, it can't be that one. It's got to be this one. What the hell, Unc? Like, it's crazy because let's get back to it.
Don't do that. I don't like them young. I like what I love.
As you can see, Shannon Sharpe proceeds to shame Donnell Rawlings, or try to shame him, because he's dating a 23-year-old. All the while, he knows darn well in the back of his head that he's dating a 19-year-old. I mean, that's crazy. Anyhow, aside from this clip letting us know that Shannon Sharpe is a hypocrite, it also lets us know that he knows that dating a 19-year-old is morally wrong. It might not be legally wrong, but it's morally wrong, which is why he's sitting over there fronting for the cameras. And it also reminds me that we don't really know this man. Yeah, we've gotten to know him as Unc, and he's also portrayed himself as a gentleman on TV. But when it really comes down to it, we don't really know who Shannon Sharpe is. But with that being said, let me also say this. Just because you're a hypocrite doesn't make you an artist. So what we're going to do today, right, is I've noticed a whole bunch of people posting the text messages between Shannon Sharpe and Gabby. However, they just posted them sporadically. So what I did is I took the time to gather all of the text messages, and I'm going to go through.
Man, it's about to get messy. It's about to get messy. Let's keep going, y'all. It's finna get messy.
In chronological order to see if we can figure some things out. Because what I realized is that if you just look at a text here and a text there, you don't really know what these two are talking about. So let's go through the whole thing so we can see if we can see the big picture. And before we get started, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. All right, so here we go. According to Gabby, she says that she met Shannon Sharpe in early 2023 when she was working at a gym and he was working out at the gym, and every now and then when he would come in, he would be checking her out. Now, she says that Shannon Sharpe started to make himself unavoidable. I mean, she couldn't get away from him. But then he approached her. And when he approached her, she was actually disturbed by some of the things that he was saying because, get this, he was an old man. Now, yet and still, she gave this old man her number. All right, so then she goes on to say that Shannon began pursuing her relentlessly. I mean, he wouldn't give up. So, because he was so relentless, she decided to give in and she went to his house. And when she went to his
Question, do y'all think she didn't know who he was? She just gave some old man her number. You don't think she knew who Shannon Sharpe was? I'm just saying, let me know down in the comments.
house, she went to the door, he opened the door, he didn't.
Hello, I'm Shannon Sharpe. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in.
I mean, he wouldn't give up. So, because he was so relentless, she decided to give in and she went to his house. And when she went to his house, she went to the door, he opened the door, he didn't speak to her. He walked up to the bedroom, laid on a bed, she laid on a bed because she felt intimidated, and then they got busy. Now, at some point after
What? Whoa, what? Like, nothing she just said there made sense. Let me back that up because
to the door, he opened the door, he didn't speak to her. He walked up to the bedroom, laid on a bed, she went to the relentless, pursuing her relentlessly. I mean, he wouldn't give up. So, because he was so relentless, she decided to give in and she went to his house. And when she went to his house, she went to the door, he opened the door, he didn't speak to her. He walked up to the bedroom, laid on a bed, she laid on a bed because she felt intimidated, and then they got busy. Now,
what about that was normal? Right? Okay.
At some point after that weird first encounter, things changed because she seemed to get comfortable with Shannon. And on March 5th, 2023, she wrote, "Tie me up like this and cuff me." And then Shannon responded, "If I knew how, I would." And then she said, "It's okay, I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now. I want to be in that position right now." All right, so based on this first text message that we have at our disposal, we can see that Gabby's not a shy little daffodil. Gabby is kind of aggressive. All right, so about a month later on April 21st, 2023, Gabby writes, "I'm getting your name tattooed on me in an hour, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know." And then Shannon responds, "In a font of my cognac?" And then she says, "Yes, daddy, on my neck. If I get it, can I maybe be your baby mama?" All right, so essentially, these two have only been kicking it for a few months, but yet and still, Gabby's pretty comfortable talking that baby talk. Now, fast forward to October 7th, 2023, and Gabby texts Shannon and she says, "Call me. I feel like cuffing with you." All right, so 2 days later, they're texting back and forth, and she says, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and yoke me with it while you're effing me." And then Shannon says, 2 minutes, basically saying, hold on a second, I'm busy. And then she says, "Can I call you later?" All right, so fast forward to November 23rd, 2023, which is the same month. And she writes, "I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and then marry you." And then she goes on to say, "Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then you can do whatever you want to me." Now, y'all know darn well, I could pause right here and spend the whole entire hour talking about the baby gravy. But I'm not going to do it because the baby gravy is crazy. And I'm over here wondering who came up with that. Was that his term or was that her term? Because that right there is off the hook.
When she texts him talking about put that big black baby in me and fill me up with baby gravy, he should have got rid of her immediately. Should have been no more conversation after that. You knew she was after you. When you get them type of flags, them are red flags as a man. Those are red flags. She is begging you to bust. Don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with the freak neck. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you in a certain position, it's just like Ant. It's just like Anthony Edwards. And this woman, she was direct. She kept repeating it over and over. Big black baby, baby gravy, bust all in. People make irrational decisions when they in the mood. It needs to be studied. How a man's brain is altered when he's in the mood. You do shit you don't normally do. Fellas, if she texts you anything like that, give her a warning. If she do it again, cut off.
Anyhow, on January 3rd.
You know, it's funny, like, who talks like that? That all seems scripted. That could have been something he made up for her. I've never heard nobody say that before. But it's pretty hilarious, though. It's pretty hilarious.
31st, 2024, she writes, I want some hardcore BDM action though. And then she continues on to say, just got my pee wet. Tie me up and do bad things to me. And then Shannon responds, cuff up. And then she responds, you still have my handcuffs? I want some like hardcore BDM action though, and feeling kind of freaky lately. All right, so on February 29th, 2024, Shannon told Gabby that her wanting a baby was like a kink to her. And then she responded, you're the one that has the breeding kink. I mean, I only want a baby if it's from you. I think I'd be a good mom. I've always wanted a black baby. No, this chick didn't. All right, so anyhow, she continues on to say, only if you put that baby gravy in me, then you can do whatever you want to me. I literally ate so much food that I look like I'm pregnant with your big black baby. And then Shannon responded, if I still F with you around my birthday in 24, you can take the IUD out. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. You know what I'm thinking right now? If you play with fire, you're going to get burnt. So Shannon was over there playing with fire this whole time because it's very clear what this chick is after. She wants that NFL Club Shay Shay baby. This chick doesn't want to be over there on OnlyFans anymore, charging dudes $12.99 a month for a subscription, which she does. She wants that baby. She wants that Shannon Sharpe Club Shay Shay Nightcap ESPN pension plan. All right, so on July 6, 2024, she sends him a picture of a woman who's tied up, and she writes, I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, daddy. All right, so really quick, let's pause right here because this is of vital importance. This chick has been texting back and forth with Shannon for months. And throughout all of those months, she's texting him and he's texting her. And she's like, yo, when I see you, I want you to use me and abuse me and tie me up and do this to me. And then she turns around and puts out the phone call where he says that he's going to yoke her up as evidence that he's mad violent, even though she was the one asking him to yoke her up and put her in a dog collar.
Well, what, Gabby?
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chose small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what they think you did to me.
All right, so by August 6, 2024, she's talking about the babies again. And she says, that's my daddy Cuff. I want you to put that big black baby in me. And then on August 11th, 2024, she writes, I'll let you make it hang wherever you want, daddy, but only if you take me out and treat me good. And then Shannon Sharpe responds, deal. I crave your blink, Gabby. That's my blink now. And then she says, you better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. All right, so that brings us to September 11th, 2024, when Shannon Sharpe accidentally went live and recorded himself going buck wild with Michelle. And apparently, Gabby didn't like this because Gabby must have thought that she was the only one. Now, this is when
This right here, this is when everything took a turn. So apparently, because at first I always knew there was something going on, and I always told people, I said, this is going to be a hard thing to prove. And I think this is why he was trying to settle, is because they were into some freaky deaky stuff. So they had that weird thing going, a lot of role playing going on. But it seemed like they were in a serious relationship, or at least she believed it was. But when this Instagram thing went live, that's when she found out that they were messing around. Now, I thought I saw somewhere that they all were together. I could be wrong. Like I said, everything on this channel is alleged. It's all entertainment. I could be wrong, but this is when, there's always a moment when you could be like, this is when things took a bad turn. And I'm sure Shannon is like, damn it.
Gabby didn't like this because Gabby must have thought that she was the only one. Now, this is when Gabby says that she tried to break up with Shannon, but he didn't like the fact that she was trying to break up. So 3 weeks later, on October 6th, this is when she says that this is the first time that Shannon ordered. All right. So about 2.5 months later, she's back on the phone with him on December 26, 2024, and she's very upset. And she wants an apology. But it appears that she's not asking for an apology because he allegedly ordered her, but instead, she wants an apology because he cheated on her. And she says, I'm 152 pounds, but you can't touch me because you cheated on me on Instagram Live with Michelle. Gonna be 180 soon, and you're still not gonna be able to touch. Bet you're regretting your actions right about now. And then he said, I'd be killing that young Pete. And then she responded, absolutely not. When you give me a formal apology for cheating on me on Instagram Live and multiple other times, then we can talk about it. Formal apology. So then Shannon Sharpe responds by saying, I said I'm sorry, Gabby. And then she said, all you say is I'm sorry, but you never say what you're sorry for and how you're going to make it right. So I would appreciate it if you could do that because you really hurt me and I've been having a hard time with it. And then he says, I've already apologized. Stop playing childish games. Oh my goodness, the irony. How in the world are you going to go out and pick up a teenager and then be like, yo, stop playing childish games? All right. Let's pause here for a second, because something that I find very interesting is...
What's that?
She claims that Shannon Sharpe ordered her on October 6th, right? He allegedly cheated on her 2 weeks before that, but he allegedly ordered her on October 6th. So my question is, if you're back on the phone with him 2.5 months later, are you asking for a formal apology because he cheated on you? Or would you be more focused on the fact that this dude ordered you? Listen, ladies, let me know down below. Which one would it be? Are you going to still be focused on the fact that he cheated on you with Michelle? Or would you be over there talking about the fact that he ordered you? Now, let's be clear before somebody comes in the comment section like, oh my goodness, Sauce, you hating. No, I'm not asking you whether or not her response is right or wrong. What I'm asking you is what your headspace would be. All right, so fast forward to New Year's Day 2025, and Shannon texts Gabby, and he writes, can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for us. Give 50K, and I'll let you come over to the house. And then she drops her PayPal link, and then he says, 10K cash. All right, so about 20 minutes past.
What? I got money like that?
By, and then she's getting antsy, and she's like, what's taking so long? You either don't have the cash to show me right now, or you're with Michelle. Which one is it, Shannon? I know you missed this big juicy A. 25K for each cheek. All right, so then she goes on to say, send a pic or FT me.
She want 50K to smash? What? Wow. That's crazy. That's wow.
With it. So basically what she's saying is FaceTime me a picture of the money so you can prove that you have it. I'm sorry, is it just me? But if your man, the one that you claim that you want to have a baby with, has to FaceTime you the money and Cash App you every time he wants to get with you, that does not sound like a relationship. What that sounds like is prostitution. All right, so according to the lawsuit, Gabby claims that the second alleged SA happened on January 2nd, the day after she asked him for the money, when Shannon Sharpe came over to her house under the guise that he was giving her a Christmas gift, only to allegedly R her again. And then, on January 2nd, Gabby wrote, I cried when you left. because I begged you to put protection on and not put it in my A, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. I don't know how to process this. And then Shannon Sharpe responded by saying, "Can I call you later?" All right, so there you have it. To me, it appears that Gabby is very transactional, and she also is about that money, whether she gets it through PayPal or through a baby. And it also appears as if, even though there were red flags all over the place, just couldn't break it off because she put that whip appeal on him so good that he just couldn't end it, even if he had to pay $25 per cheek. But with that being said, these are very one-sided messages, and if Shannon Sharpe was really trying to prove that he was telling the truth, then Shannon Sharpe should have released more of what he said too. Now, in addition to these text messages, we also know that there's an alleged video that's supposed to be dropping. Now, Media Takeout claims that they know people who saw the video, and according to those people, the video appears to show Shannon Sharpe behind the woman just going bananas. Bananas. And they said that the video was horrific. Now, of course, we take everything that Media Takeout says with a grain of salt because some of their sources are sus, but I'm sharing it with you because they did put that information out there. Listen, let me know what you think about the text messages that Gabby and Shannon Sharpe put out there. Now that you see the text messages in order, does it confirm what you thought, or are you now rethinking your opinion? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey, yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Peace.
Yeah, thank you for... And that's The Source. You know, it's the first time I reacted to their video. Make sure y'all go over there, like their content, subscribe, check them out. That was a pretty good video. Big up to them going out and putting that together. Listen, this is Peapod Cove, folks, and here we don't judge. You know, we don't diss folks here. You know, man, that was a roller coaster ride. Like I said, this is going to be a hard case to prove, and Shannon Sharpe, he put himself in a pickle where he put himself in a box where I still don't. I think eventually this will be something that's going to settle, but his image is going to get damaged so bad that it's going to hurt him in the long run. It's already happening. The gossip, everything is going on. It's one of the biggest things talked about right now. One of the biggest things talked about right now. And, you know, he's definitely, you could call him a hypocrite. You know, you saw it right there. You know, he's talking smack when she was actually 19 at the time. You know, you can go back, check out the Cat Williams interview. Go back and check out the Monique interview when she actually told him to leave that young girl alone. And she actually knew who he was messing with. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, hopefully he learned. I know he's learning the hard way right now, but he put himself in that position. I know this is going to be a longer video. I'm going to try to edit down smaller for y'all. I appreciate y'all coming back, checking me out. If you're still here, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. I appreciate it. Put a 3 if you made it to the end. Peapod Cove. I'm going to see you on the next one.